Let's talk about happiness. There's a million things, I'm trying not to go off track, but there's a million things I'd love to talk about, and I will talk about, because there's so much to get involved in trying to rebuild your life, getting the right lifestyle, the right mindset, finding happiness, fulfillment, gratitude, planning your day, getting maximum out of your day, always pushing and always making sure you're improving each day. You shouldn't be going out, you shouldn't be going to bed and nothing's changing your day. Because if nothing's changing in one day, you most probably have a whole week, nothing's going to change. You need to be improving. And it's not hard to be improving. You should be taking small wins. Small wins are what carry through the day. You want to be happy, and conventional wisdom is, it states that everybody should be happy. Everybody's entitled to be happy. But you most probably don't deserve to be happy. That's why you're not happy. That's what it comes down to. Are you happy? Yes or no? No. That's on you. You deserve not to be happy because you're not doing the right fucking things. There's many ways to find happiness. And there's many branches. Happiness is here. And there's a lot of branches all the way coming around, all the way underneath, all the things you need to do to find that happiness, for fulfillment. If you're in a negative mindset and you're always doubting yourself and you're always getting fucking anxious, that's on you. You're allowing yourself to be anxious. And yeah, it's easy to say that then done until you do it. But what it comes down to is you're fucking not doing enough to become happy. If you go out for your fucking day and you don't set yourself any goals, and you don't achieve any goals, and these could be little wins, waking up at the right time, do the basic things, which I'm always saying, do your push-ups in the morning. 25 push-ups ain't hard. You say to yourself, I'm going to do 25 push-ups. Anybody can do that. It takes 10 minutes. You do it, you feel good after, and you've just ticked an easy win. You got blood flowing straight after you woke up. You commit to something and you've done it. When you go through your whole day and you're not improving, if you go through your whole day and you've not improved in one fucking area, then you've done fuck all. You say you're busy, you say my work's hard, my work's overwhelming, but it's not. You're allowed to be overwhelming. If you're doing the same thing every day, you can't be coming to the end of the day and feeling overwhelmed because of your job. Because the more times you do your job, the easier it should get. Yeah, there's jobs which needs to be precise, and that's fair enough. They could change. If you're a doctor, if there's a million things you've got to do to try and save someone's life, yeah, that's fair enough. But it takes years to become a doctor. It takes years to get the knowledge. It takes years for practice, to be consistent and confident in what you do. But for most people, doing your 9 till 5, and even when I was stuck, depressed, fucking suicidal, all that shit, I felt the same as how you're feeling. I feel like I'm doing everything, but I'm not happy. But when you look at what I'm doing, is that enough? And it wasn't. Spent all the time working, yeah, that's fucking fantastic, but you're tiring yourself out, you're making yourself life harder in the morning. Before you get to work, you're fucking frustrated, you're annoyed, you're not even happy. And now you've got to do a full day's worth of work, come back home and go to bed, redo the whole fucking cycle. Without eating the right things, without going to the gym, without setting the right goals, without taking your wins throughout the day. Why you get anxious? You try and do something, or you go and do something, it's not working, straight away you're like, fuck it, don't matter. You've given up. You feel like you've had control. You just told yourself that. You tried doing something, you failed. Now you're a failure. And you are a failure. If you keep doing the same shit and you're not evolving. You build your way up. It's not something you wake up one day and it's, I'm now happy all the time. You go from someone who doesn't have any structure to their lifestyle, they eat a load of shit, and you start simple. By taking small wins. Every time you go and do something and you get anxious, that's because you haven't got self-belief. That's why you're worried about doing the wrong thing. You don't have the confidence. Because every time you do something, you don't fucking fulfill what you say you're going to do. So you start by doing small things in the beginning of the day. Remove the friction out. Easy fucking wins where you say you're going to do something and you do it. Yes, I've done it. You keep doing that and it compounds. You get to a stage where every time you do something, you say you're going to do it, so when you do it, you don't get anxious, you don't get worried about not doing it and failing it, because every time you've said before, you fulfill what you say. That's what gets anxious away. Anxious was put into you from being a child, being born, from your surroundings by conditioning of your parents. They most probably was anxious and not had full confidence in self, and that's what you got. You get that from being around them. The condition of yourself as a child, you take how your mother and father act. how they feel, and you move out to your life, to your adulthood. Reality is, their job is to make you not anxious, to give you the right emotions. But because they don't really know that, and they've never worked on the self, and the people before that never really worked on the self, it goes through the family, through the generations, nothing changes. And if you become an adult and you stay anxious, and you stay worried, and you don't have the confidence, that's because you're being fucking lazy and you're not pushing yourself. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Everything's uncomfortable. But it's pushing that thing. If you're uncomfortable because you're trying to push yourself and you're growing, that's a good thing. That's the inside of you saying, don't do that. Stay comfortable. Why do that to yourself? But if you keep not pushing yourself and not taking chances and not growing and not following through what you say, then you're always going to be this person who's always in self-doubt. The more things you do, the easier it gets. It's not something you do over a week and you're solved. It's like when you spend most of your time being down and you have that one good day which makes you feel better, and the past week's forgot about. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm happy now. I'm not so depressed. And that doesn't last long, because it ain't going to last long, because you haven't put fucking work in to start with. It's like shortcuts. Shortcuts are good for short amount of time, but then you go back to your same old self. Do you really think you're putting enough work in? If you think you are putting enough work in and you're still fucking sad, you're still depressed, you're still unhappy, you still have no confidence, then you need to look in the fucking mirror again. Because you're clearly not doing enough to become happy. You need to start from the basics. You need to take it slow. The things I'd highly recommend, if someone asked me this the other day, from everything you've gone through and all the lessons you learned, and being a person that fucking at the very lowest point with chronic depression, to being someone who's fucking happy all throughout the day and night, control of what I dream about, control what I do, what I eat, what stage I'm going to do. I have control of how I'm now becoming the person I want to become. I know I'm moving towards my goals. And what is one of the most important things is one, understanding energy. How much energy you have from the start of your day to the end, and how much of that energy gets lost, gets taken throughout the day. The less energy you have throughout the day, the decisions you make after, as your energy gets less, are going to get worse. If you're getting tired and you've not made your food, and now you're fucking hungry, but you haven't got the energy to cook, to go to shop and eat white food, you're going to eat some shit. You need to understand how much energy you have. So you've got to move all the things you're doing for everybody else, all the bullshit in the morning which isn't really necessary. Yeah, it may be important, but it's not priority. And things you have to do in the morning, you either plan the night before, so you don't have to walk into your wardrobe and be like, what's I wear? 10 minutes later, I wear some, put some on. That doesn't look right. Half an hour later, you finally got changed. And then you go down the stairs, you go upstairs, you go down the stairs, you go upstairs, you make yourself some cereal. Then you go back upstairs, and now it's already gone. And all you've done was get changed. You ain't even ate your fucking cereal. Plan the night before what you need to do. When you're going to do something, you don't need to be thinking about what it is you need to do, because that takes energy. You have to reduce the energy as much as possible. The more energy you have, the better you're going to think. The more you're going to do, the more you're going to compound, the more you're going to work on yourself. Have your clothes already set before the morning. Have your meals already prepped. You don't need to think about what you need to eat or what you need to cook or what you need to wear, because it's already done for you. You just save 30% of your energy throughout the day. You remove yourself from all the bullshit people and all the bullshit stuff they talk about. You ain't going to get annoyed. You ain't going to get frustrated. Wow, she's a fucking annoying. She caused an argument. I have to jump in the argument. You move that out of the way. There's 20% energy more saved. Now you save 50%. And you're only halfway through the day. You've got 50% more energy and working on what you want to think about. Whatever work you're doing, you can make it even better. And when you come home, you can now work on yourself. It's the reason with systems. I got systems for everything. Systems how I work, how I read, how I train at the gym, how I even get to fucking gym, how I cook. When I'm when I'm doing my field prep for 3 to 4 days, I even have a system of how I go and make it. So there's no lost time. There's no fucking time wasted. You go from 24 hours and most of your time's wasted. Most of your time is spent fucking, apart from your 9 to 5, twiddling your fucking fingers, always inside your own head. You come out at the end of the day, you've done fuck all. You've not increased. You're not. If you look back, you go back to at the end of the day, I'll reflect. I write my journal. What I've done right. What's improved. I look at it and now I feel good because I've said, yeah, that's improved. We're moving forward. I am growing. So I'm going to keep doing that because that's what's getting me results. It's like you trust the process. Everybody's like, yeah, trust the process. But no one actually, very few actually understand it. As soon as you start seeing results, you keep going. You don't fucking stop. Yeah, you fall off a path, you fall off a wagon, but you get back on. This is where the energy comes back into it. Enough energy to get back on. So, God knows how long that's gone for, so I'm going to cut there. Hope you enjoyed. Any question, anything you have, any feeling you have, or anything you don't understand, or anything you want to know how I go about it, put it in the comments. Drop me a private message. I'll make a video. How I deal with it, or how I adapt with it, or what I find works for me, or what has worked for me. There's many things, I've tried fucking everything. And different versions of everything. And certain things I've come back to the basics because it works so fucking well. And then trying to systemize it even more to how I can get faster results and make it more easy. Quicker I can do these simple things, it gives me more time to work on the bigger things. There's no point in saying, oh, I hate work, it's a waste of time. When you come home, you do fuck all. You might as well work. If you're not doing nothing with your time, then what's the fucking point? You're never going to be happy because you're not putting the work in. The simple things work so fucking well. But yet people don't do it. They think they're doing it right, but they never reflect. They don't know what's going wrong. They keep doing the same things over and over and over again. And they don't even fucking question. They don't even question why it hasn't worked. Because they're not even present. There's a fucking zombie going around. No control of their thoughts. Why spend all your time being unhappy? You're unhappy now, you're unhappy for the next fucking 5 years. You get to your old age and you're mostly still fucking unhappy. You live in a shit lifestyle when you could literally improve yourself and make it fun, learn loads, become even happy and keep pushing yourself for any kind of target, any goal you want to set. By putting in more fucking work, which you, at the moment, you're most probably not doing. Because if you was happy, you would be doing the work. If you're not happy, you clearly ain't doing the work. So ask yourself, am I happy all the time? If I'm not, then I'm clearly not doing the fucking work. Always be present, always be thinking. If I'm happy 50% of the time and the other 50% I'm not happy, write it on a bit of paper. Don't even have to even journal, man. You can literally write on a piece of paper, write some messy stuff. And now look back, I'm now unhappy today. Let's go backwards and figure out what's caused me to be unhappy. And now let's either work on that or remove it out of my life. And then we move forward. You go from being 50% happy to 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. More your things you do and the harder it becomes, and the more lessons you get through, the barriers you get through, you start to see the gaps between it. What you think you know and how you think you do, how you go about the things you do is most really completely wrong. You think you know how the world works. You think you know how your feelings work, how emotions, how to learn, how to read, how to even fucking breathe. But you're most probably doing it wrong. Yeah, no one's taught you, and these things you have to learn yourself, or join a mentorship or a community who do live calls and all that kind of stuff, which is exactly what's in my community. Don't keep watching, you don't even keep watching my fucking videos, for fuck's sake. Don't keep scanning through my videos and watching them and not putting anything to practice. Not even questioning, why haven't I done this before? Or if I do this, what's going to happen after? I go throughout my day, even now, tweaking last night. I haven't got much room in the fridge. How I was doing my food before was trying to prep my food, but I'm limited to space in the fridge. And I don't want to keep going to the shop, wasting time walking there, walking back, and keep cooking every day and keep washing up every fucking day. When it uses my own energy, and then it uses, say, electric and water and all that shit. Now I've literally doubled my food I've prepped and cooked, And now by adjusting and moving forward and finding out what works, even to like storage containers, if it needs to be stored in a container, how big is a container? Is it too big? If you're using a big container and your food's only half full, then you're wasting space. Now I've gone back to how I used to when I was living in my car. It's in sandwich bags. So I've got 8 meals, which is literally taking the space up as 2 meals in a lunchbox. Now I go to a shop once every 4 days. I cook once every 4 days. I wash up once every 4 days. There's hours and hours saved just there. I can run to the gym, save myself half an hour, run back, save myself another half hour. How I wake up from making my bed to having my vitamins to having the water, having cold water, checking the charts, making YouTube videos, journaling, visualization. I have it in a circuit, so there's no forwards and backwards, it just flows round. What am I wearing? Oh, I've already picked what I'm wearing because it's already there. I can literally wake up, get changed with my eyes closed. I walk from A to B, pick my clothes up, whack it back on. No faffing forwards and backwards. No fatigue and what I'm going to fucking wear. This is going on way too long, so I'm going to cut it there.